Hello, and welcome to 5449 Mardel, here in the North Hampton neighborhood of St. Louis, Missouri. This house is a transitional design. It was built in 1950. And what you can see as we look around is a mixture of older pre-war construction techniques, such as masonry construction and the slight remnants of gingerbread. You can see a little more on the houses around too, that where we have the layers of brick around the door. Obviously, it's a little bit hidden by the overhang, by the canopy there. The curved walkway, stone front porch, and the double roofing set and a little extra roofing section there around the door. And it's mixed with 1950s modern building methods. So as we get inside, you'll get to see a little bit more of that. The brick itself is quite a nice design. There's about 4 different colors in here. And to give it a little bit of texture between each house, you can see how this one has smooth brick. The one next door is slightly mottled, and the one on the other side is quite rough. So it gives each house a different texture. And what's really cool in St. Louis is when the light hits, it allows you to see each house stands out on its own. Coming around the back, obviously in 1950 there is a one-car garage, which is slightly bigger than it would need than a Model T garage that we had before, as well as an easy to maintain yard area. Looking at the rear of the home, looks like an addition has been built at some point. That was probably put on after the home was initially built. We'll get to see that now on the inside. So as I come back around, we'll get to see how the design continues the floor plan from the 1930s gingerbreads and then updates it with modern technology. The front porch here, nice iron railing. It's original. You can see that multiple layer of brick. Again, it's a little subtle, but it does give some definition to the front of the house. And as we come inside, we have a formal entryway here, but it is open to the living room. And you can tell it was designed this way because the coved ceiling goes all the way across. Instead of stained glass, we now have glass block. And obviously still a formal fireplace. Built-in shelving units there. And then we're open into the dining room, again with that coved ceiling. Now we do have these very large picture windows, which are a post-war development that became popular and helped to date this home. Yet we still have archways. And we have a traditional 2-bedroom layout that was used the same as they have been since the 20s. So the layout is very 20s, but the technology and design is quite 1950s. Again, large window, good sized room, and vinyl plank flooring. Bedroom number 2. And here we see another piece of this technology. So this is one of these closet systems that was put in at the time, where the closet frame and floor and everything would have been a one piece installed in the house as it was being built. We also have a laundry chute. Everybody loves those. and then a kitchen. This black and white tile would have been original to the home. Obviously, the kitchen itself has been updated for modern tastes and function. Marble countertops. There's a dishwasher. And I like this little window here behind the stove, the glass block. It's easy to keep clean, but still allows a little bit of light coming through as you're cooking. There's a little island here too. And turning around, we have this extra room. So this has been built more recently, and certainly finished more recently than that, with the bamboo flooring and lapboard walls here. But it adds a nice little office space or reading room. And then as we come around to the bathroom, again, this is one of this era that I love that they did this. So they put in a glass block window. These are beautiful and practical. A regular window with a wood frame is going to rot when you take a shower, whereas these allow light in but still give privacy. It's kind of the best of both worlds. Again, modern travertine pattern tile. Same as throughout the bathroom. And we do have a finished basement, which according to listing gives us over 1,900 square feet. Now, another post-war development is the fact that we have stairs that you can actually fit your whole foot on, whereas the stairs were much narrower in previous years. And this basement does look like it was finished in the 50s or 60s. This was someone's pride and joy when they did this. It was what everybody wanted to do, was to have a knotty pine basement. So could get some old retro furniture and it would fit in here really well. Furnace is hiding back here. And this is another clue to the age of the house. These walls were built using plywood. Prior to this, they were either been stone, cinder block, or they would have been poured concrete using 1x12s or 1x10s to build the framework. You can tell this is plywood because of you can see where the concrete kind of oozes between the two pieces of plywood on each segment there. So that makes for a much more solid basement, the way that all basements are built today. Although a lot of times today they're not built as solidly as they used to be. We have a wet bar here, and I actually got this one right because there is a sink there. It's not just a dry bar that I accidentally call a wet bar. But I love the woodwork, the craftsmanship someone put into this behind. Looks like they took a mirror. I'm going to say that's from an old, one of those waterfall makeup vanities that they repurposed in here. And that looks really cool in this wet bar. Through here we have another room. This is a little sleeping room. Not quite a bedroom. More of an office or occasional room if guests came over. And then second bathroom here. And really nicely tiled for a basement bathroom too. Clearly it was done at the same time as the upstairs. Nice shower. Cute little sink. And toilet in the corner there. And then this is kind of a cool little thing here. We have the laundry hatch that goes from that laundry chute. So this is like a basket that catches all the clothes in there. And then you put your laundry basket on the floor below and just undo the latch and all the clothes fall into it. Whether that's easier than taking them down a flight of stairs, I don't know. But it was a neat thing they used to do at that time. And then we have the laundry room through here. So, neat little house with a lot of history telling of this part of St. Louis. This was pretty much the end of St. Louis being able to build homes. So this would have been one of the newer homes you could actually have in the city of St. Louis before the city itself got completely filled up. I hope you enjoyed the showing. Please remember to like and subscribe, and let me know if there's any other types of homes you'd like to see. Thank you.